think so. Welcome to the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Loutochris podcast.
I'm trying to be a hipster.
And he's trying to be a hipster. He's looking forward that way.
Tastes delicious.
Look at my Spider-Man and look at my
And look at my
hat and also
Corbin,
look at my
Corbin fiber.
Corbin.
Corbin Dallas.
All right, so before we start
Well, we're
everything,
on.
I just wanted
We started. We're doing this, right?
Yeah, this is it.
All right, cool.
So before we jump into everything, I want to just give a shout out to the rest of the podcasts that are going to be on our station. We got Wake the Fuck Up podcast. What is that? What's yours?
Mine?
Yeah.
Everyone knows
Step
mine.
It Up podcast.
I didn't need to tell them.
Oh, they already know. Oh, they've already been involved.
AKA Step It Up podcast,
AKA
Early S podcast, AKA the conversation between me and you.
Right. So we got that. There's a lot of AKAs. It's pretty cool. It should be called AKA.
It's also called the AKA podcast.
Yeah, it should be called the AKA podcast.
And the podcast.
Podcast. Also, we got Games and Hip Hop podcast with Anthony and Zeke, and they just talk about the relevant stuff about games, and they do a big freestyle at the end. It's really cool. Actually, it was awesome. I did it the other day. And you got the Godfather podcast. I mean the Podfather podcast, which is really good too.
That guy sucks.
Yeah, he's not great. He's a good looking guy, but he's not great.
Nah,
So, real quick, I just wanted to jump into a couple topics that I was thinking about
White
earlier
people,
today
yeah.
about how many fucking idiots are in the world, and I wouldn't call them idiots, they're just lost souls, and they don't really exactly know. I have a couple people in my life right now that they're just jacked. They're fucked. They don't understand how easy their life could be. They don't have any type of connection to how simple their life could become. They're making their lives extremely fucking hard, and it's so frustrating especially when you're a bystander or you're a person in their life, a close person, and you notice that these people are kind of just, I don't know, there's they give a fuck, but they just don't care that they're hurting everybody else around them while it's happening, and it's really fucking frustrating, and it's getting me to the point where now I'm just ready to blow the fuck up. And I have actually recently just had a few conversations with some close family members and friends and about a lot of the topics. And one of the topics were asking themselves the why question. Why am I a specific way? Why am I this person? Why have I become this person?
I don't ask that question.
You should always ask that
I
question.
ask the why not.
No, it's always the why question because you got to question yourself.
Why not?
What I was thinking about, my whole thought process on this is asking yourself, why do I hate? Like I have a issue with violence. I have an issue with
violence.
with certain things. Yeah,
My family?
I'm not happy. Just me in general.
Did you say violence or violence?
Violence.
There we go. Alright, just
But
let
I
them
have,
know.
yeah, to make sure they understand. But I had to go back to my background, my surroundings, my environment, my family, and the way I was raised, and understand you're not going to be happy unless you're hitting a bag sometimes, and that's how you know how to get out your frustrations. And all your relationships are going to suffer because you're violent or are short fuse or on a angry tip all the time, and it's easy for you to go from 0 to 100 in seconds.
Real quick.
And real quick. But have you ever suffered from that type of scenario where there was something that was bothering you that you had to go back to, and you thought about, hey, fuck, dude, this is from this, and it changed you, and you changed that whole thing about your life, or has it always just stayed the same? You never fucked with it?
Yeah, it's my entire life.
Sure, yeah. A little bit of
I
everything.
haven't changed anything.
Yeah.
I started eating salads.
Right.
This thing doesn't hit like others do.
Not just recently though, just from
No, it's like the only change.
your whole life. Your whole life, you only changed that you eat salads now.
Yeah.
It's retarded. It's ridiculous. You
Yeah,
need to
like
step
the
your
thing
shit
where
up.
you gotta go back and
Not just that.
figure out a certain problem and why it is.
Yeah.
I do that on a daily basis.
Right.
Just me being awesome.
Just analyzing yourself.
Yeah, I was telling Junior's dad, I was like, hey, if you don't learn from mistakes, just keep making them.
Right.
Like now I buy, here's a small example.
Yeah.
Just for you.
Thanks.
I used to lose my keys a lot. I don't know if you can imagine that.
No.
Me
Okay.
being the solid rock that I am.
Yeah.
I used to lose my keys a lot, so now every time I get keys, I get a key hook to hook them up.
Oh.
It's a little thing.
Yeah.
But it's the little things that help you out in life.
Right.
Whenever you, if if you start noticing a lot of things, like you lose stuff a lot, or you do this, that, or third, okay, let's not get into like the personal shit.
I want to, but
No, I'm saying at first, you gotta fix it. But to you, it seems like a simple fix.
Right.
Okay, I gotta buy a keychain thing. With emotions, it always seems to be like it's more of a problem to change it because it's a part of who you are.
Right, right.
These days, most people's problem is themselves.
Yeah, 100%.
They don't get out of their own way. They're always blocking themselves and making themselves think negatively in the ways in which they want to do it. Or that it's just too hard, or they can't accomplish it, or this path's going to be too rough. I need an easier path, which I've been doing with cigarettes and breathing, because cigarettes fucked up my lungs, so did weed, and not working out, and just basically busting ass at work, coming home, wanting to sleep all day because I'm fucking tired.
Yeah.
I wanted to go the easier route. Now I'm coming to a part in my life where I got to take the path that's going to be hard.
Right.
I got to start going to the gym. I got to start eating better.
Yeah, but don't you ever think like you have to hit one of those things at a time? One at a time.
Not me.
Instead of a
Yeah.
whole mesh full of issues, it's like, okay, if I just do this one thing right now.
Yeah, if I was 22, yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm like,
now you're like in
30.
a rush.
It's like, come on, let's get this done. You should have already got this done.
Yeah, but isn't that yeah, and that's
It's
true.
Like me
that's
with
true.
write, like when
But
I'm writing a book.
Yeah.
I'm writing a movie. I'm writing music. I'm writing a comic book, and everyone's like, just focus on one thing.
But you have so many things in your head.
I fucking can't.
You can't.
I mean, I came up with a new movie yesterday called Notebooks.
Yeah.
It's about a killer notebook. It just paper cuts the shit out of you.
That sounds like a terrible.
Now there's a deep thought behind it. I haven't figured it out yet.
But let me
But I
just
got an
before we
idea.
get too far into the book portion of it, and that's awesome that you're doing all that. I could take something from you, like when I met you, and ever since the day I met you, there was a creativity about you, and it was something that I learned, and something that I didn't completely have myself. Yeah, I drew, or I was really good at martial arts and stuff like that, and stuff like that. But there was the creativity that needed to be that needed to come out of me. But I didn't know about it until I met you, and I was like, dude, this dude's just straight up creative all the time, no matter what he wears, no matter what he does or says. It's all thought out well, and it just kind of comes out. How are you feeling? You feeling all right? I said it didn't hit well.
Not used to this.
But there was a creativity about
Used to
you
cigarettes.
that kind of brought it in. With X, I learned something from him when it comes to
Being
fighting.
an asshole.
To fighting.
Oh.
There's no matter how good I am, no matter what, I can be killed by anything. It's just easy. If somebody can touch you, you could die. But the thing I learned from X was, a fight's never over. This is not the MMA ring. This is not the boxing ring. This is real life. So if something happens and you beat the shit out of somebody or fucking beat whatever, fuck them up or hurt them bad, whatever happens, he's gonna get his boys. He's gonna come back after us, and then we're gonna go back after them, and it's gonna be an endless cycle of just everybody hates each other.
Sometimes it doesn't.
Well, I was able to end
of
shit pretty quickly, and some of the friends I even have nowadays are people that I fought, and they respected me, and then I taught them some shit, and then we hang out. Now they teach me shit, but it's neither here nor there. It's just learning from, not only learning from my own shit and asking myself the why question consistently, but also learning from other people in your lives.
Yeah.
I could even learn from the cash register lady, something about she said or how she's acting that day. And I think a lot of it has to do with attitude. I think a lot of people's attitudes are so fucked up because whether they're on their cell phones consistently and they don't want to be completely social with somebody else or talk or be expressive and express themselves honestly. And I think that a lot of that shit needs to change because I feel like it's a generational thing at this time. I feel like there's a generation of people who just blame the past or blame all this shit, and they're not dealing with their problems and issues, and they never look inward. Instead, they point the finger and talk shit about everybody else or what they're not doing right, or you do that shit too, or whatever. It's like whatever anybody else does is none of your business. Focus on your own shit, stay in your lane, and kind of figure your own shit out, and you become a better person off of that. And if you're never looking at yourself and being 100% honest with yourself, then all you're doing is realistically dealing with you're lying to yourself. You're buying your own bullshit, which is fucking retarded and it's disgusting. And I used to do it myself, and there's some things I still do it on, and I'm not fucking perfect, man. I make mistakes all the time. I fuck shit up sometimes, but I have to learn from the shit that I did, not just the mistakes. Some of the positive things I did, or say I did a positive thing for somebody and they didn't give a fuck about what I just did for them. then it's like, okay, well now lesson learned, move the fuck on, you know. Even with family members and stuff like that, it gets to the point where it's like, as much as I want to be involved and help, there's some scenarios where I can't help somebody who doesn't want to be helped. I can't be involved with somebody who I'm offering a hand to, and they're just swatting it away every chance they get because they're not ready. You know, and especially with like whether it's a little brother or a younger friend or somebody who hasn't been through that much life experience, I'm trying to do the best I possibly can to spread as much knowledge as I can to that person, that if I had that knowledge at his age, I'd probably be way fucking better off now. And it's just a lot of shit like that, you know, fucking, or sometimes, you know, you could probably take somebody who's a fucking millionaire, right? Take somebody who makes a shitload of money, and you could literally give them, that person, the wrong drug in their hand, and that whole shit will change. And the homeless motherfucker he was just talking shit about 2 days ago, this happened to me recently with a kid named Billy. He's fucking got a shitload of money, and he's looking at this homeless guy like, I don't understand. But recently, this motherfucker's a homeless motherfucker now. He's homeless as shit.
Not good at
He doesn't have anything at all. He lost everything he ever had. He's done. It's over for him.
For who? The bum?
Yeah. Well, he's a bum now. He wasn't a bum before.
Just a new beginning.
So now he's homeless. But now he understands what it's like to be that guy. When he was looking at him earlier, you know,
That's
looking
just
down
rock
at him.
bottom.
Yeah, looking down at him, down his nose, and saying like,
Some people rise
from
makes
ashes.
them better.
Yeah, it's always possible, but
Some people don't.
this dude's he's too far gone. He's too far. He probably only has another year to live anyway.
I meet idiots all the time.
It's consistent. Let me get my drink.
What the fuck, man? Jeez. Just rant and run.
There's no rant and run here, son. That's a good name for a podcast.
No, it's not. We need to stop coming up with names and just start coming up with podcasts.
I have one right here.
Rant and run.
Rant and run, son. Anyway, so this is what I'm saying.
He's gonna rant, but he's gonna grab the camera and run.
So it's
hand
not
it
just
off
a bunch
to the
of
next
why,
person. Now it's
not just a bunch of why questions. Just looking at yourself and analyzing yourself, and you could and trying to become a better person. Trying to say, hey, maybe I don't know everything. Because a lot of people always say, I know. Oh yeah, I know what I need to do.
The smartest person knows that he knows nothing at all.
They don't know shit. No, we all don't know shit.
And some people, it's all about the why question. For me, it's the why not.
Right.
Because I already know what I'm capable of. I already know what I can do. And my question all the time is why not? Why am I not doing it?
Right.
Why not? To me, it's a question that other people need to... It's a question that people should be asking more than whys. Because with whys, obviously there is no confidence or lack thereof. And so whenever they're asking why, it's like, oh, well, why ain't I doing this? Why ain't I doing that? It's like, because you don't have the confidence. It's like, why not? It's like people, yeah.
Why am I not doing this?
Exactly. It's like, why am I not here? Why am I not doing this why am I not in this situation? It's like if everyone's asking why, to me that's just kind of like the question of a child.
No, but you're still, in the beginning of your question, is why.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's the why question.
But the why not.
It's a figure out an answer is what you're looking for.
But the not part, to me, is the confidence part. Why am I not there? Oh, okay.
No, that's bullshit. That's even more depressing than the why question because
but the why question.
You're not gonna know. Yeah, but you're not gonna know.
If you keep asking,
you're like, why am I not there? Why am I not there? Or why am I not doing this? Then there's something deeper there that's making you not do whatever it is.
Deeper there that's making people not do something.
Yeah, but what is it that's making somebody, a specific person, not do that? Whether it was the drug issue or whether like there's a couple people in my life right now. They have all their shit together, but there's this one thing, and this one thing leaks into every single thing in their life. And it's like, dude, you're making enough money. You're doing everything you need to do. You have your own place. You're taking care of your shit. But you have this one fucking thing that's just sitting there like a fucking demon on your back, and you just won't move forward because you keep asking yourself. Maybe they are asking themselves, why am I not doing this? Why haven't this not yet done yet? Just go do it and see what happens because it's risk. And everything in this whole life is risk, and you're not going to get anything out of it unless you just give it your 100% shot. And if it fails, it fails because most things do. Most things you can go 100 miles an hour in the wrong fucking direction and you fucking fall on your face. But you figure it out. You bunch of F's, F, success, fail, success. That's how life works. And a lot of people haven't wrapped their little heads around this shit just yet, and it's like that's how it happens. We're doing the podcast. We're doing all these extra things. We have a lot of extracurricular things that we want to do. But if you keep looking at it like we're not there yet. We're not there yet. We could be there whenever the hell you want to be. If you really want it, how bad do you want it? How bad are you done being broke? How bad, here's another thing. How bad are you done being a fucking loser? That's my issue with a lot of people that I know right now. How bad are you fucking done yet? Because when I talk to some of these people, I'm like, yo, we tried it your way. We've been doing it your way, dude. And it isn't working, you know? I look at my brother, or I look at a couple of my family members, a couple of my friends. I'm like, dude, you keep telling me all this shit, but I'm not saying I know any better. But can we try it this way? Because we tried it your way, and this shit don't fucking work. And they're just like, no, I get it. I know how to do this. I know how to run this shit. Like, I don't want to say names, but...
Yeah, you're just like, but...
Yeah, because I'm trying...
This guy.
No, not you.
This
It's just,
guy.
I'm not saying you. It's not, none of this is directed towards you, but it's just...
No, no.
You know who I'm talking
I know
about.
exactly what
Yeah, and it's like, if you don't just...
To me, this generation, these new generations, this new way of life, this new America, is fucking garbage. It's a bunch of trophy handing out bitches.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of bullshit. Here's a fucking trophy even though you're in last place.
Yeah.
We used to be in a country where we worked for the Americans. Theodore Roosevelt actually wrote this down in a newspaper whenever he was alive. So this was, a long time ago.
Fucking time ago.
But to me, it was it's something that like people these days like just don't have like the balls to really like say, or like they kind of like lost their way in the way of America.
Right.
Like to me, it's just kind of bullshit. And it says, in the first place, we should insist that Teddy had it so right, not Kennedy, but Roosevelt. Theodore Roosevelt's ideas on immigrants and being an American in 1907.
Yeah.
In the first place, we should insist that if the immigrant who comes here in good faith becomes an American and assimilates himself to us, he shall be treated on an exact equality with everyone else. For it is an outrage to discriminate against any such man because of creed or birthplace or origin. But this is predicated upon the person's becoming in every facet an American, and nothing but an American. There can be no divided allegiance here. Any man who says he is an American, but something else also isn't an American at all. Now this is the part where I think America's, they're steering off, and Theodore Roosevelt had it right, 26th president, one of my favorites. We have room for but one flag, the American flag. We have room but for one language here, and that is the English language. And we have room but for one sole loyalty, and that is a loyalty to the American people.
Right.
Nowadays in America, it's a bunch of pussies, and I'm sorry if I offend anyone, but it's everyone's feelings. You got to watch out for the people's feelings. You can't hurt these people's feelings. You can't. And it's like it's becoming so torn apart because you're trying to please every side that it's not what it was. It's not the one idea that we work towards, and that is starting to leak into the people. The people, like, they're just like fucking lazier in my mind. Yeah. Except for certain, not all people. I mean, this doesn't affect all people, but I see a lot of people that are just fucking lazy, looking for the easy way out, looking for this, that, and the third. America was like a hard-working country. Yeah. We built everything, with pride. The way we lived our lives was with pride. We were so proud of what we became, of what we built. Yeah. Now it's like everyone wants to show their independency, like where they're from, where this, that, and the third. Now that's cool, but look, we're in America. We need to work on America. Yeah, I agree. There's a lot of people that come in here that want to work get their money, dip out, and go help out this shit. To me, I think that's fucked up. Right. But since they're like here and they're trying to help out and they're trying to, now we can't say in God we trust. Now, the American flag. Oh, now the Confederate flag. Rebel flag or the Confederate flag. It's just like it's starting to fall apart, but it's also starting to like fall apart with the people. Right. Because the people now you have a lot of independent people like making money in different ways. This, that, and the third. They're very.
There's some positive.
They're very imaginative. They're very creative. They're very independent in the way that they're doing their things nowadays. But there's also a big ton of people who have a shitload of problems. Sure. Don't want to fucking face it, and all they're doing is waiting for that easy way out. They're waiting for that one big money pile to fall in their lap out of heaven, even though they don't believe in God. So they're like, it's just going to fall out of the atmosphere, just land on my lap, and this is amazing. Right. I don't know. To me, it's just like people. I can't speak for the rest of the world because
that's where I was going to jump in is because I liked what he said, but I don't like. There's one aspect of it I would like to take out of there, which is America, because when it's not, we're just talking about a group of human beings. We're talking about however many 300 and something million fucking people in the world. If we're talking about just people in general, whoever, because America is everybody comes in and out of here or whatever. I don't look at it like that. I look at it like we're just a bunch of fucking people, or a bunch of human beings. We all live under the same sun, and we're all trying to figure this crazy thing called life out, right?
It'll never be just planet Earth.
No. But the thing is if we put ourselves in a little group, then we're intentionally saying we're better, or we're doing something different than you guys. See you later. And it's like, yeah, we have been, and it was different at one point in time. But if you take anybody. And say they're just middle class or poor, right? Mm-hmm. No America, no, just anywhere in the world. And you drop, and you give them a lottery ticket, and they win that lottery ticket, and you fill that. If they couldn't take care of the $30 that they had, and then you give them $30 million, they're not going to. They're going to lose their fucking mind.
They'll be broke.
They'll freak out, dude. That shows you. That shows you people right there. And then you could do that to anybody, and they would do most likely do the same thing.
Not all people. A lot of people.
No, a lot.
Will actually win the lottery and do good, but a ton of people will win the lottery and they'll be in worse condition after they've gone broke.
So it's a worldly issue, and it's I think you're right on the whole censorship thing, and people are also offended and sensitive and bullshit.
Well,
like they even attack comedy.
That's the problem, though, because now one planet will never be one planet. It's based on especially racism and religion.
Yeah.
The two biggest problems in this fucking planet.
Yeah.
And religion, that's great. I mean, I'm a Christian, but it's like we've only had wars over religion. We never had a war over race. We never had a war over, hatred. We never had a war over anything but religion. And to me,
the Nazis wanted to be a superior race. They wanted to take over. They wanted to be the one.
The Nazis were lost because after they lost World War One, they had to find a scapegoat, and that's where Hitler came along and just blamed the Jews. But there's a lot more to that. But
big time.
No, but it's like, look, people want to be like, oh, we're all one world and we're holding hands. It's like, okay, look at that. Okay, that's fucking great. But you live here. This is your home. And I always say, I'm not going to fix my neighbor's home until before I fix my home. Yeah. Meaning saying, how the fuck am I going to help you out whenever I'm doing worse? Right. And it's like, to me, I think that we need to come together as a country. We need to fucking realize that we are a country. Yeah, you might be from India. Yeah, you might be from Mexico. Yeah, you might be from fucking Europe. I don't really care where you're from. If you're here and you're an American, there's a lot of people that I know that are from different countries that are proud to be Americans. We need to build this country back up. We need to fucking start just putting in work. Just step it the fuck up and putting in work. But it's also like some of these new generations are just fucking soft. Not all of them.
Wouldn't it all fall on each individual? Because it's like what's the weakest link on a chain? Any of the weakest links breaks apart. So I think it's an individual. Each person needs to work on their own little shit.
Oh yeah, everyone needs to
each person needs to realize that whatever them living that way is not the right way to do it. And because you've never thought, and it's a lot of people, and because you don't either you don't think you deserve to get there, or you think that it's impossible to get there. It's not. Because you look back and you're like, oh well, it's easier this way. Well, it probably is easier, but it doesn't mean it's better, because your life could be a lot fucking better. But the thing is, you'll never know it, because you're going to consistently be in the same position, in the same hole, because your surroundings, your environment, that's how you live. This dude making a shitload of money, whatever, he's selling drugs, or this one person's working his ass off, busting his ass, doing what he's got to do, and that's it. He's just working this job consistently, but he's just kind of floating. He's kind of floating in the fucking air, and you're not really doing anything. What are you good at? If I was to give you $1 million fucking dollars and say, hey, look, the money's question's out of the way. What do you want to do with your life now?
Just $1 million?
Oh, I want to do that. 18 million. No. How about this? I have massive amounts of money to the point where you don't ever have to worry about money ever again. But it's only going towards your dream.
We don't gotta have sex, right?
It's only going. No, we don't. I don't. You don't have to suck
just give me money.
You don't have to suck my dick or anything like that.
Just money.
You don't have to. I won't. Maybe.
So yeah, but this is.
You know what I'm saying? And how can you? Somebody to answer that question.
Yeah, but I thought about that because whenever I was 18, I was an idiot and I thought I was gonna become a famous rapper.
Yeah.
And I never put in the work, and I just practiced a lot, and that was it. Never put in the work, just put in the practice. With me, I've been planning on what to do with a certain amount of money, up to a certain amount of money, at any time, at any place, since I was 18. 12 years later, I know what I want to do, just because in my head, that was a dream that I thought was reachable, so I was like, okay, I gotta have a real plan whenever I get this money. Yeah. But a lot of people, they work. You got a lot of hard workers out there, And they do the cycle, Monday through Friday cycle. Go to work, boom. You try to move up. You try to get your credit better. You try to get the home. You try to get the kids and have them go to college and married life and a couple vacations, this, that, and third. They're never even fathomed what to do with $1 million. Some people just have never. Some people don't give a fuck about $1 million. Like my grandpa, if you gave my grandpa $1 million, he'd be just as happy as if you gave him $5,000.
Right. But that motherfucker's got character, and I think a lot of people are.
Well, he's also was born broke as fuck. Some people don't. Money doesn't matter to them.
No.
Some people, as long as they're happy with where they are and who they're with, they're good.
Yeah.
So, but if you give people who don't know or have never thought about that much money or what to do, and they live in that certain cycle, whenever you throw that money in there, it's not like the next step forward. It's a celebration. Now this celebration becomes, I'm broke again.
Right.
After a certain amount of time. Now a lot of people think about what they're going to do. Like Ronnie, whenever Ronnie was a baseball player, he was 16, signed a contract for $250,000.
Yeah.
That money probably didn't even last him a year.
Yeah.
All he wanted to do was celebrate.
Right. When he was young.
He also thought he was getting more money. He thought he was going to be a professional baseball player, so he's like, all right, I'm going to go out and have fun. Buy $5,000 watches, go to strip clubs, parties, this, that, and third. Just like whenever Zeke got his money, he got $69,000. That shit went in, I think, like a couple months.
Yeah.
Some people just celebrate, and yet they were young. But some people also do the same thing whenever they're older.
Celebrate. They're just like, boop, got the money, got them in there.
They never thought they'd be in that. Like no one. Like everyone hopes they're
or
going
you
to
want
win
to.
the
Maybe
lottery.
they want to spend it because they're gonna. They feel like they're gonna lose it really fast.
Well,
but
the funny
they
thing
are
is,
gonna lose it fast because they just spent it.
Everyone that plays the lottery hopes they win, but never thinks they will.
Yeah, true. 100%.
It's just like in the back of your head. You just know I'm wasting money on this ticket.
Right.
I'm gonna win one day. They keep saying that, but I mean, in the back of your mind, you're kind of thinking like, probably not gonna win. And then whenever they do, it's such a big surprise. They're like, all right. But then you see the people who actually make, like the guy who created 5-Hour Energy Drink.
Yeah.
Don't know his name, but he's a brilliant dude. He's a badass Indian guy. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know where he's exactly from. I know he's Indian, like Indian. But he's a fucking smart dude, and he got $5 billion. No, his net worth is $4 billion. He didn't give a fuck about money. He's like my grandfather. He's like, I got what I need. I got kids. I got a wife. I got a nice house, couple cars. Not even bad at like I know. Like he doesn't need toys. Now he's taking that money to fix the earth.
Yeah.
He's like, I got to help out people. I got to help out Earthlings, and that to me just means any type of person.
Any person
wherever there's a problem, he's trying to fix it.
Awesome.
To me, that's fucking amazing.
He's a superhero.
Not a lot of people do
He's
that.
a modern day superhero.
Yeah.
How awesome.
So, but then you also got some people. I mean, they just never. They're like, okay, I got a fucking party.
Yeah.
I gotta have a good time. But then you also have the dumbasses who forget to bring the ticket in.
Yeah, but that's another thing too. It's
They're
not
too lazy.
It's not about the fact that they won the lottery. It's not about the fact that somehow they dropped $1 million, a quadrillion dollars in their lap. It's about
What would you do?
shit. I would fucking live comfortably forever. I would take a little bit of vacations here or there. I'd probably invest.
With how much money? With $1 million, what would you do with $1 million?
$1 million goes pretty fast. But
It goes really fast.
I'd buy a house and try to throw down on whatever production shit we can do here. Let's try to make this big.
Why don't you just do what Vanilla Ice does? You should buy a nice house for you and an even nicer house to flip.
Right.
Make the money off that, keep flipping houses. I don't know. To
Something
me,
like that would be cool.
I'd
Being real
invest in
estate,
my
but there's a lot of.
education.
I would have to do a lot of fucking research on how
Well,
to
so
be
you
a
have a
good
wife
real estate
and you have
agent.
a dog.
Yeah. But besides, let me just finish that. And it's pretty cool, we would all do something different, but mistakes are gonna happen. Shit's gonna happen. But I just wanted to end it on this. This is what I was thinking about too. I was thinking about like a computer or a cell phone or whatever, and how that brain works and how everything works in there, and it's crazy. And there's stories of people who they get it and it doesn't fucking work right, and they freak out and they fucking throw it out because they weren't fucking uploading. They didn't never update their phone. They never updated their phone. They never updated their apps. They just left it there. And then eventually, within a matter of a month, that thing was a piece of freaking garbage. And they're like, oh, this phone's a piece of shit. Well, no, it's not a piece of shit, dude. If you just went to the settings, or if you just went to the application store, went to My Apps, hit the freaking button, updated all your apps, then you'd be good.
Who does this happen to?
With my brother. And then this other guy we just met the other day. It was pretty nuts. I don't want to say any names. It's bad.
Well, you have a couple.
With the computer,
brothers,
with the computer, there was a rich guy, and he bought this big ass computer system, huge. And he was about to throw it out, and they said, "Oh, it does all these bells and whistles, and it does all this crazy shit." He got it, didn't do any of that shit. Took it within a month. I think it was 2 months. It started being sketchy. He was about to throw it out. His neighbor was like, "Dude, what are you doing?" And he's like a tech guy, and he's like, "Look, let me go in your house before you throw this out, and let's work with it, because I know how much that computer is. It's the newest one. Let me show you how it works." So he goes in there, and he's like, "If I can't fix it, tinker with it, then we'll toss it." Within a matter of minutes, he just updated it. He put the extra input with the output, and fucking everything worked. But that's the thing. To bring it all back around, it's the same thing with life. If we're not consistently updating, if we're not consistently, and you can blame everybody else, you can say this person's fault or that person's fault, or
stop blaming.
It's all that shit. It's on you, dude. And if you aren't consistently trying to update and upgrade your life and try to be a better person every day, and try to learn some shit, try to learn something you're uncomfortable learning that you never even thought about learning. I know a bunch of people who are into things that you wouldn't even imagine, like bow hunting. I know people who are into just retarded, crazy shit that you would be like, that's stupid, but it's actually freaking awesome, and especially awesome for these people. Yeah, bow hunting is freaking cool as shit. But like, I would have never thought that was awesome until I just seen it on Walking Dead, and I'm like, that looks cool if I had a bow one day. But this is the actual thing,
That's why I bought a sword.
Or specific things like that. Like if it's all depending, but just especially make yourself uncomfortable. If you're living a day-to-day life and you feel like this is it for you, it's not, dude. It's never it. Anybody in the world could, if you just look at them, they're all doing different types of things, especially if they're successful. They're not just sticking in one area and that's it, and that's over. Oh, this is just how it goes. Look, in my life specifically, I don't want to be Mr. fucking Fame and a famous guy and do all this crazy shit. I just want to live comfortably, be able to feed my family, take care of my kids,
I want to be famous
and make sure everything works out. But at the end of the day, I feel like if you're not consistently improving, if you're not consistently updating yourself and making yourself a better person, and learning some new shit and putting some new kind of fucking information in your brain, then you're always going to be the same, and you're always going to blame everybody else, and you're never going to move forward in your life, and you're going to consistently sit down and sulk and doom and gloom every fucking day. It's not politics, dude. It's not religion. It's not America. It's not any of that shit. It's just the fact that individually, you can't save the world. You're not superhero. You're not 5-hour energy guy. You are who you are.
I'm not either.
You are nothing. You're like this little fucking sand. You're this little grain of sand, dude.
You're but a vapor in life.
But either you can make ripples in water, or you don't. It's up to you. And then those ripples can go out and affect everybody around you. I want to make everybody around me happy. I want anybody who meets me, either I enlighten them a little bit, or I make them smile or happy. And that's how this whole thing goes. And I'm creating an empire here, slowly but surely. And I feel like everybody needs to not be on the exact same path as me, but find your own fucking path, man. But at least search for it. The journey is where it's at. But the finish line at the end, it's important, but it's not as important as the actual journey. So figure that shit the fuck out. Step it up.
That's what I say every time.
That's what you say. Because it's so frustrating. You're like, what the fuck?
Everyone knows to step it up with me.
Yeah, but seriously, figure your shit the fuck out. Start looking internally.
Stepping it up.
Stop looking outside.